보내줘 또 온다네.
Right. So I don't know, but this seems kind of like he's falling behind in progress a little bit to me, because normally Uesugi unites Japan by like 1480, right?
Yeah, I think he has some colonies in Manila, like the Manila area in the
He has
south, and also
Taiwan.
like and there he's already landed there, and I think he's contesting Malacca. So I think he focused on that instead of uniting Japan. So I think he should immediately focus on uniting Japan as soon as
Yeah, I
possible.
think waiting too long with Japan instead of just like consolidating this land and deving the shit out of it is a bit silly, because this is really good land here for the most part. Especially in the
Yeah.
mud, because all these hills are and forests are easy to dev now, easier.
Yeah, and also trade income wise and stuff. I think he doesn't even have both gold mines yet. Like there are two provinces that turn into gold mines, but I'm not 100% sure which ones. I
Is
think
that
he only
event?
has one. Yeah, it's an event happening after like 1500 or something.
Yeah, I don't think he got any yet. So
I think on the left he has one, isn't there?
no, this is copper here.
No, but they turn into gold. They don't start as gold. There's an event and then they turn from another trade good into gold.
Huh?
But I don't remember which provinces they are.
I had no idea. That's a pretty neat event. He should
They
probably.
both have
Yeah.
E's.
They both
I
have
can't remember.
ease.
It's like Echigu or something.
Yeah. Let's.
I can't see what.
Yeah. He should just
Yeah.
look into that online
I
and
think
figure out which
it's one
provinces to get.
I think it's one on the left and one somewhere in central Japan.
Right.
He might have both, I'm not sure, but I think he might only.
No,
also
he
only
definitely
have...
doesn't have one. I think it's Echizen. Echizen. I
So
can't remember.
militarily.
Ah, yeah, I think so too.
He's not very strong
Exploration.
militarily now. He went exploration, econ, and starting ideas, which leaves him quite vulnerable against Manchu or anyone else if he goes.
Yeah, I think he's allied to Manchu. Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah, allied to Manchu and Dai Viet, so his situation's
Okay.
pretty safe, except for Malacca. But yeah, militarily not very strong. He's got pretty good morale, but I guess that's to be expected for Japanese.
Yeah.
Can he? Could he have?
No,
opted for-
he could have avoided by not taking Kyoto. He would have kept the shogunate, the independent daimyo.
Yeah, isn't that the better one, like by far?
Yeah, I would say so, but then you also don't get Kyoto, so
10% morale, and isn't it inf combat?
yeah, 10% infantry combatability as well. Yeah, I mean if you
It's
use the
pretty
shogunate really a lot, like if you have like a bunch of OPM daimyos and go influence ideas or something, then
Yeah, but he's got no
There
diamonds
are-
right now, so
yeah,
not even a
Yes.
Shikaga and Yusugi. So I don't know what happened with
Yeah.
those.
yeah.
He can give Kyoto away though and become a independent daimyo, I think, right?
Maybe I'm not 100% sure though if it.
Yeah,
Leave
if he feels-
Ashikaga as an OPM, and then
But it
become
should
an
be work,
independent
yeah.
daimyo.
If he
Yeah, it
feels
should work.
militarily threatened, he should probably consider doing that, because right now he's a little behind from what I can see. Especially
Well, he
on
should be
uniting
feeling
Japan.
militarily threatened with that Manchu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
he feels safe because of navy, but his navy's not that big
Yeah.
either.
I think he's allied to Manchu, and Manchu
Yeah.
gets all of China, and he gets in return he goes for the island.
Yeah, but
something
killing your
like that.
neighbors is, usually a good idea when you can do it.
Yeah,
so-
I'm not saying it's not. I mean, I would also have considered instead of expansion just going naval ideas. Ah, wait, that's another deploy idea. Okay, that's not possible actually. Because like if Malacca goes maritime ideas, then he just wins
I
the fight about Indonesia because he
I
just
think
wins all
going
the.
quantity
naval battles.
would have been the best idea here, definitely, instead of
He can dump
exploration.
expansion. He can
Yeah, he
dump
can-
expansion and take quantity.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
none in expansion. I would definitely dump expansion and take quantity.
Yeah,
Because
because exploration already gives you two colonists, so you don't need the third
if
one.
you
I
can
think.
start eating into China or like Malacca or something, it's a pretty good situation for yourself. But just like limiting yourself to colonizing, it's like, what are you gonna do as Japan?
Yeah, that's
I don't
also
know,
Aztec.
Maybe
Yeah.
with colonial players it might be stronger, but you don't really get as many benefits from colonies as Europeans do because of the trade flow, right?
Yeah,
No,
you
you
get
do.
some from Northern America. Like you can funnel in Mexico, and everything's north of
California.
Mexico, I think.
California.
Or at
No,
least
just Rio
parts north.
Grande,
Rio Grande, Mexico, and I think
California.
California as well, something like
Yeah.
that. So you can have like 3 regions, but that's all. And Mexico is occupied by a pretty strong Aztec, so I don't see Mexico getting under control of Shimazu.
Yeah, I would definitely just try and switch to quantity and work out something else, but you know, everyone plays their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so economy, you know, what's to be expected.
Yeah, he's rooting out corruption, but other than that, yeah, it's kind of fine. Once that's gone, he's gonna make money. It's not like if he had all of Japan, he would make more money, but
Why does he have it
yeah.
on max? Rooting out
Um,
corruption. He doesn't need that.
No, it's wasted.
yeah, that seems wasteful.
Yeah.
Because you know he's gonna lose the tick of money without, for no reason, because he doesn't need that
Yeah.
much. He's clearing double the amount that he needs cleared. But diplomatically, he's kind of boxed himself in with allying Dai Viet and Manchu, and you know his only expansion route is Malacca and colonizing, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think that's not necessarily like if you don't want to go full mill build, it's not like a bad play to just say, okay, I want to like I'm allying my neighbors, I'm going to conquer like the Indonesian islands, and afterwards maybe he can still turn hostile. Like it's still possible for him.
Yeah,
I think that's okay. I just wouldn't want two
It's
colonizing
definitely
ideas. Like
it's definitely a more passive play, but you know,
yeah,
it can work.
I mean
out
long term
if
can
you
still
trust
work.
if you trust Manchu and then you can feed him money, subsidize him. You know, it can work out, but you're not gonna get #1 with that. But you know, not everyone goes for that.
Also, hordes are gonna fall off over time. Manchu's gonna get weaker over time,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
he's
And
switching
even
to
if he
form
forms
Qing,
King,
though.
yeah, he can form Qing, but Qing doesn't have that strong ideas either, right? Like Shimatsu's always gonna be better long term, I think.
Right.
Well, if he doesn't take mill ideas, he's going to be way weaker. It doesn't matter about national ideas if you have Expo expansion.
Yeah, sure, but like you can ditch ideas once you colonized it, right? Like you
Speaking
just
of
take the
Manchu-
403 dev in Indonesia and then you switch away.
Alright, speaking of Manchu, let's switch to him.
Yeah.
Did he already take
He killed
mandate?
Oirat.
He
Yeah.
took mandate already. Yeah, he definitely
killed Oirat,
destroyed Oirat, for our advice from last one.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. Oirat was getting just destroyed by AI towards the end of it. And yeah, that was definitely a good play because Oirat cut him off. Like he had no expansion route to China, and that was the only thing he could do. So, you know, I
Is
don't.
he up on tech?
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
888.
Yes. 888, okay. Yeah.
He's up on tech. His military looks pretty good.
Yeah, he hasn't finished the quantity yet. So once he does, he's gonna have like 100 false limit.
I guess he might be
Okay.
preparing to switch to Qing or King or whatever it's called because he's like got a little less cav than he should as a horde, I think, right? Because normally you want to have more cav than infantry, don't you?
Yeah, but it's also very expensive, so it depends on how much money you make. Because in single player you can't just like conquer
but-
like a shit ton and then go bankrupt, but in multiplayer it's kind
I
of
mean, if you're raping King every Manchu, or if you're raping Ming every couple of years, you know it's
yeah, but
Economy
at this
shouldn't be
point
too
Ming
much of a
doesn't give a
problem.
lot of money more. Like
Horde
what's
infantry
income?
is still pretty good. It's
It's
still
a
the best
Yeah.
until like Tech
1,000 per
5.
piece deal, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
How much is his income, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
37. So he's
37. That's actually decent for
he's
a
got a
horde.
pretty
Yeah.
good economy. Yeah, he's devved a couple provinces, I think. Was it Jilin that he devved last session? Yeah,
Yeah.
30. Beijing
Yeah.
on 23. He's got quite a few decent provinces.
Yeah.
Idea-wise,
Yeah, he's going defensive, not quantity.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
sorry.
yeah, people are avoiding quantity now that with the mod. For
I
some
mean,
reason,
I
but
think quantity is still not bad, but it's not like you're not forced to pick it.
I think it's still the
Yeah.
best because like the 40% land force limit and 40% manpower are still pretty vague, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you look at Protocratic, you get 20% force limit, 20% manpower recovery speed, and you also get some other stuff because everything else in quantity is kind of meh, right? So, but yeah, I still would say that it's still the better choice, but like the fact that he doesn't pick it, it's not necessarily super bad. It's just
Yeah, and I mean he's not really that threatened here, so it's definitely not a bad
Yeah.
situation either way. I just think it would be a lot stronger with quantity because he could field a lot more army, especially when he consolidates China.
Yeah.
Uh,
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, I think that's that for.
Yeah, he's doing good on that front. Overall, I think.
Yeah, he has the bonuses from all of it.
Yes.
He's not a tribe anymore.
I think
Yeah,
you
and he-
definitely need the advisor costs as when you get emperor because you get a lot of mandate from having high level advisors. So
Okay.
the ones that reduce the privileges that reduce advisor costs should probably be like high on the priority,
Yeah.
so you can bump them up a lot, and then your mandate is just gonna grow. Because when you take mandate as emperor of China, you're kind of a glass cannon. If you lose one war, or if your mandate tanks for any reason, you're in a really bad spot. So you want to
Yeah.
do everything you can to push it up, and a good way of doing that is high-level advisors.
Okay. I never play Emperor of China, so
I did
I don't
once,
know.
and that's what killed me. And definitely hired the 50% off ones as well, because
Yeah. But he doesn't
I
have
mean,
that much money, I think.
also, don't you need advisors for the, I forget what it's called, the Emperor version of legitimacy?
yeah, for mandate, that's what I'm talking about. But
Oh, no, for the, I can't remember what it's
Meritocracy.
called. Yeah.
yeah, that too. It's 0.25 per level, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
No, it scales based on how high your advisor is. So if you're level 5, I think it's 0.1. I want to say.
Yeah.
You get it scales.
Yeah.
Either way, definitely a good thing to hire high-level advisors, like in any situation, but especially as Emperor of China. Alright, Dai Viet is doing great from the looks of it.
Yeah. Just beat Ming. I mean, he doesn't get that much of Ming, I think, because, I mean, Manchu's getting most, it seems, but the south is pretty nice.
South is pretty good, it's got some pretty good trade goods, and I think there's a bunch of farmlands in a couple, yeah.
Yeah, but
that
they're not
doesn't
that
really-
worth in the mud, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, if you weren't in the mud, this would be like prime land here. This entire 2 states is just pretty much all farmlands.
Yeah, I still think Dai Viet is fine. Like, he can eat more from Ming. He maybe
Yeah, he
is
has-
still able to get some from Burma, but he's allied to Ayutthaya. I think he should have just killed it instead. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's definitely time to kill off Ayutthaya because, damn, it's strong. And yeah, that's a lot of dev you can grab there. Did he get the? Yeah, he embraced Cham as per suggested. And
yeah, he should impress the other ones too, though.
yeah, because these are
Pushing for those, yeah.
Yeah, these are Chinese.
pretty
You're not
big.
gonna get them when you get Empire. So
And even if you would get them, like, it takes forever to get Empire at this point. How much dev does he have? Maybe like
he
300?
has 347. So yeah, he's gonna be a long time before he gets Empire. So I would
Yeah.
definitely embrace the Cantonese. I don't know if both of them are worth it. Maybe embrace
I
one
think
and
they are.
convert the other one, but yeah, it's definitely good to embrace the ones that are non-accepted. The culture group ones aren't as bad, but these ones definitely should get a lot added to the country if you accept them.
What's his tech like?
Good. Everyone's up on tech
Okay.
apparently.
But ideas, he's a bit behind. Not
Yeah,
finished one idea yet, yeah.
but he's
So
going
you should
quantity,
focus on that too,
which should give him a decent heads up when he's,
when he's done it, yeah.
it should just make him a lot stronger than his neighbor, especially against Malacca, which they're
Yeah.
hostile, I think. And that's
I'm not sure, but
that's not
yeah.
very good for Malacca, in my opinion.
I mean, it's hard for Malacca if Dai Viet is hostile, and like Dai Viet is friends with Manchu and Shimazu, it's kind of hard for Malacca to intervene, I guess. It's hard to
but
like.
it makes more sense to ally
fight them.
Malacca as Dai Viet than Manchu or Japan, in my opinion. But yeah.
Manchu's way stronger than Dai Viet, though.
Yeah.
He has
I
twice
like-
his force limit without quantity.
Yeah.
So
I think it makes sense to keep Manchu happy if you at least still get a decent chunk of China, and like there's also Bengal already snaking in with Tang, right? So it's
yeah, snaking.
Bengal. I think is probably stronger than Manchu and Dai Viet. So
seems to be
If
doing
they've-
the estates correctly. Economy is, fine. We can't really look at the economy too much now because it's too early to look at buildings and stuff. But yeah,
he should still build some of the buildings, like 0.34
0.34
ducats.
is really good in
That's really good,
1501. That's gonna pay off. I would
Really quickly,
I
yeah.
would start building the workshops as well, especially in like the copper provinces.
Yeah, the ones where you
Another-
get to attack 11 your manufactories,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
copper, China.
But
work,
that's
probably in
cherry
Canton
picking
too.
to an extent. I think that's the cherry picking though a little bit because I think he's probably like Dai Viet starts pretty poor. I think he's happy that his echo is this strong at this point. And like one more session, and I think he's gonna like if he plays his cards right. I think next session he's gonna boom quite a bit.
Yeah, but
Because
you,
now
you
he
gotta,
actually makes money.
You gotta invest to.
Has he
make
grabbed
money
the
in
gold
return.
mine?
It
There's a
He doesn't
gold
have
mine?
it.
No.
In
Yeah, there's a
China.
gold mine in China, but he didn't take it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, he should
He
have
needs to
taken
take
that
it.
as soon as
He
possible.
might
Yeah.
have a deal with Manchu over that. I would be surprised if Manchu just forfeits that.
I mean, Manchu gets all of the north, right? That's way more def. I feel like
Yeah, I mean,
not
if,
too much
if,
to ask
if
for the one
Manchu's
province.
fine with it, I would definitely yoink the gold mine for sure. That's gonna like supply pretty much 30% of your economy.
Yeah, that alone will give him a couple advisors right there if he does it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's 10
and
ducats basically.
speaking of
Yeah.
advisors, it might be better to just hire level 1s everywhere and boost up your mana economy over building buildings at the moment. Because dabbing
Yeah.
might be a little more valuable, seeing as you don't
Yeah.
get any of this. I forgot to check power projection. I wanted to say about both of these is really low. I wonder if they're
He has even a Shimazu has
Yeah.
a truce with Korea. He could just
he
humiliate
can
Korea.
he can insult it is the thing. You get 10 power projection just by insulting it. So you need to
Yeah.
do that on cooldown, and same for Ashikaga, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not for
Yeah,
Ashikaga.
but he could even show strength on Korea, get the 300 monarch points.
Yeah, and embargo. So basically, embargo all your rivals, send them insults on cooldown, and power projection is pretty important because you get +1 in each category after 50, and that's major. Same for Manchu, especially since he has easy rivals, but I guess he's gonna get power projection after killing Ming. After that, I'm pretty sure he can rival Uzbek or Chagatai and just farm power projection off of that, and that's just significant for your mana economy. As for Dai Viet,
Yeah.
oh, he can't.
Because
Yeah,
True.
he got wanted war.
But you can also humiliate Aztec provinces in the same ball.
Yeah.
And Dai Viet already like gets some
Yeah, he's
from
over
fighting Ming,
55.
so it's
He's over 55,
not as
so
big
he's
of an
good.
issue for him.
But definitely keeping it over is like really crucial, and if you can, you should do everything you can because it's free fucking mana. You don't want to avoid that. All right, Malacca.
Every time he takes land from Ming, he'll gain power projection.
Yeah.
As long as they're his rival.
Malacca is in the money apparently, starting to earn money.
Yeah.
Militarily doing better than Shimazu, I think. Not by far.
Yeah, only
I
slightly.
don't know.
And less morale. With
Yeah, less morale, so that's significant. But
Yeah, but
He
Malacca
has
should have
max
a better
mill.
navy.
Max
Yeah.
mill points.
Yeah.
God.
No, I think he
he's
has
behind
them right.
institution, I think.
Oh, okay.
No corruption,
Okay.
he has corruption. And he has corruption. But yeah, he should dev mill probably. What are his ideas, if I may ask? Because that's kind of really
Yeah.
interesting.
Exploration, expansion. So
Expansion. Okay. Also going expansion.
double colonial ideas again, not the strongest. Is up on tech. Economy seems nice.
I mean, I think if he makes it to Tech 10 and he goes maritime ideas, he's kind of safe because as long
Yeah.
as he controls like the straits and the land, like the stuff, I don't think Dai Viet, Shimazu or Manchu will be able to challenge him on.
He dev his capital to 40 though. That's always gonna be a chunk of war score right there. So
Yeah, but he can just move. He can just move his capital away from there.
yeah, I'm just afraid that just occupying this is gonna give them 50% now. So that's a
No.
problem.
If it's maybe at the moment when it's the capital, but once he moves the capital on an island, it's not gonna be that much.
Yeah,
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have any forts
move your
there.
capital to some like remote island like here or
I would-
something inaccessible,
I would do it to Brunei probably, because then you can also, like, if somebody does land on you, you can spam mercs on other provinces, like the Brunei island.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Borneo, I think.
I'm looking at if it's possible for him to create trade companies easily, but no,
He could probably pay off Manchu to kill Dai Viet too.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I would
good
definitely
strat.
move your capital off of here because they occupy your capital, they get a lot of war score. If you keep it on an island, you can protect it a lot easier, and you just control the straits, and you can just be in war for forever. And as long as they have below 50 war score, they can't really do anything, because after 50 they can stab hit you and kick you out of the war.
Yeah.
Also,
but even if they get to stab at him for 25% war score, that's like what, 2 provinces at this stage of the game. It's not. Wouldn't kill him either.
You can avoid that, you know. So why give them anything?
Yeah. I think also Shimazu has to be kind of scared of Malacca, because if Malacca is stronger on the navy side, Malacca way easier to kill Shimazu than Shimazu can kill Malacca in that case.
Yeah, I would definitely start being a little more aggressive towards Japan and try and expand into that. But yeah, if you're building your nation like this with these ideas, you need to focus on navy, and you definitely yoink your capital out of here. And you know, your army is not gonna do shit, honestly. Like they're not gonna live for very long versus anyone.
He should
right
dump expansion. Honestly, he doesn't need it.
He's already spent some in it.
I mean,
only 300 points.
He can just keep the colonists for some time, and then I don't know. But yeah, I would also probably drop it. He might actually be one of
the general rule for the new players is like you always want to go mill idea, something else, mill idea, something else, mill idea. Like you know, it is a war game in the end, and if you focus too much on your economy or something else, you're gonna like lose in the end, because someone's gonna come around with a stronger army and roll you, unless you're a specific scenario like England where you can like your island, or Malacca where you can protect your island. But you need to realize that that is your strength. Your island is your strength, and you need to move your capital and just protect your island.
But in this case, in his case, I would actually not go quantity. I would go quality, because it gives you naval bonuses as well.
Yeah, probably. Or he can even keep expansion, because like I said, if he just moves his capital, he's invincible, because they're not going to contest his navy. That's not going to happen. And if you ally someone smart like Bengal, you can probably make some pretty good plays.
I mean, if Dai Viet and Shimazu built ships, though, they could probably beat him.
Think so, because his economy, if he, as long
he
as he spots them building ships, he can probably react in time. But
I think that even if he doesn't spot them, like, I think Dai Viet can't really spend thousands of ducats into fighting Malacca, because he's close to bordering both Manchu and Bengal, which is kind of scary. And
not in a while, so definitely start building some heavy ships later on, so they can't counter you. But you know, for now you're safe. Just play on your island, and that's your safety. And definitely kill off these AIs, because you know they don't need to be there anymore, and it's hard for me to make maps with some.
I want to say though that overall I feel like Malacca has been doing a decent job. Like except for not taking the gold mine again, that's like he should take really the gold mine over there in.
Where is it again?
Other island left.
It's here. Yeah. What? I wonder
that
why
he has to take as soon as possible.
They debbed it too. Yeah, I debbed it to 9.
But other than that, like he already has a presence in all the islands. He can fabricate on all the AI. He can just kill it off.
I think he's worried because of Ayutthaya, but you know, again, you're on your island. You just need one province, so I would definitely declare this war right away. Just full occupy whatever this nation is, and then peace them out for just one province and break off alliance with Ayutthaya.
I think he's also focusing at the moment on Tondo, because Shimatsu is also invading Indonesia, and he wants to grab as many provinces there before Shimatsu can take them, I think.
Yeah, that's probably...
That's why he's in war there in the north and not going anywhere else.
That's probably smart as well. Alright, next one.
He also could go for the islands, by the way, with the high production income, like the... How do you call it? Like the... Yeah, the Spice Island. They make a lot of money, like...
They're basically gold mines.
Yeah, more or less. So that's really nice if you can get them quickly.
It's these, right?
No, go up. It's turning.
Two, yeah, those two.
Yeah, that right there. You go to the trade map and you'll see the goods produced that they get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like +2 or +3 got produced on those provinces. So like 2 or 3.
I'd definitely kick Japan here as soon as possible, because you don't want them like encroaching and.
Or make a deal with Japan. I mean,
deals are roleplay, and we don't support that here.
Okay.
Let's go to the real Chad of Asia, the Bengal player. Yeah, I don't think there's much to compare here when it comes like to Bengal versus the other Asians. It's pretty clear that, you know, Indians are ahead by far. No second idea group yet, but I can't really judge because I'm like so far in tech myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Bengal doesn't have a second idea group yet. What the
I
hell?
haven't selected it. I could have taken it some while ago,
Oh, yeah,
but
I
I
see.
spent it all on I spent it on coring instead because I didn't know what I wanted. So I
Do you
waited
have
until
an idea of what you're gonna get now? Are you gonna give us a spoiler?
maybe religious trade. I don't know yet.
Hmm. How does what religion did you end up with? Hindu?
Hindu, yeah.
Can you spread the faith through trade nodes as Hindu?
No,
it's
you have to be
Muslim only.
Muslim for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that on my Bengal game. It's really powerful, but I guess you have to do it manually. It's just like you don't have a lot of foreign trades here, except for in the China. So yeah, economically, militarily, and everything else, you're just like so far ahead of the other Asians, and I'd be afraid because you're going that way. Do you have any plans on an alliance with Malacca or something, or you just?
I don't know. I haven't really talked to anyone in the East yet. I mean, I have some deals with Dai Viet about the border that I should have Burma, but that's about it.
Hmm. Just Burma. That's pretty humble.
I mean, yeah, Burma and the Bengal North finish that off. You can have Siam and Canton.
I mean, Bengal has other expansion routes too. Like
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can
I can go north as well.
already has
Manchu-
a lot of provinces. I mean,
Yeah.
Manchu it kind of stick.
North is just like all of this. That's
Yeah,
rightful. That's rightful Russian clay, and no one else is welcome here.
Russia hasn't even taken Kazan yet.
I am banning people from the Discord if they invade the hordes. That's just to put that out there.
Delhi is definitely not going into the hordes. Definitely.
No, I wouldn't
challenge
think about that.
accepted.
No
Maybe
one
some-
is allowed.
Maybe some vassal will do it then.
What's
Nobody
happening in India anyway?
Peace and
Peace and prosperity.
prosperity.
Dev gang, Devers.
Yeah.
I'm
Except for missing
deving.
prosperity in most of your provinces.
Yeah, but look at Vijay though. Look at that prosperity.
Yeah,
Don't look at my
prosperity is
prosperity.
not that strong on this one, is it?
It's still 10 dev cost and 25% goods produced. So
Oh,
what if I-
that's
It's strong
left
as
dev
usual.
cost then. I forgot.
Yes,
I thought
for
that
prosperity.
got removed. That's really good then.
Prosperity is good.
So yeah, you might have forgotten to reduce the devastation here.
I mean, I only just taken that. I think I'm still coring it.
Oh, alright, yeah, my bad. So yeah, let's switch to Vijay, unless you have something else to say about your nation, Ice.
That's it.
Oh my god, you haven't selected the naval doctrine, you fucking savage.
Oof. That's actually a good point. I think I don't have one either.
Looks like
Maybe I
you
should do that. Wait, I do?
merchant navy.
Ah, perfect.
Smart.
I thought I forgot.
So what's going on in Vijay?
Yeah, I mean, pretty chill game so far.
Just decent
Prosperity everywhere. Almost done with my second idea group. I'm currently in my golden era. I have a 666 king, which is kind of pog.
Oof.
So
And he has morale of armies.
yeah. The only problem I have is I pay 50% extra for advisors. Like a 50% reduced level 2 advisor already costs 5 ducats.
What?
A regular cost 1 costs almost 10 because
your
of
governing cap.
costs 100% governing capacity. Yeah. So
Yikes.
otherwise I would run 3 level 3 advisors, but that's kind of I'd rather. But I build a lot of buildings already. Like
Can't you get some more governing cap?
I am not gonna. I mean, I think I can by. I didn't get like the event for a revolt. Otherwise, I would have been Empire through missions already if I wanted to. I can get it through estates, of course, but
yeah, you get 300 from estates. That would probably be pretty significant.
Yeah, but I can like it's not that big of an issue because I just spend a shit ton of money on building buildings. So I'm almost done with production buildings, I think. And my income is really good,
Yeah,
so
I
I
can
can
see
start
that.
building military buildings.
God, Vijay is always so rich.
It's not like I mean, advisors is an issue, but it's not the end of the world.
At least you didn't have a free game, huh?
I mean, I did have a coalition once. It was 2 OPMs, I think.
Oh my.
But Delhi was nice enough to eat the big one, so
How did you ever live through that?
yeah.
Alright.
I mean, yeah, it's like a not much to say about this Vijay. I mean, I'm quite nice, but
Yeah, it must have been a
I
boring
had a
session
pretty
for you
boring
saying because we only did like 20 years and nothing's happening in here.
I mean that also gave me time to focus on all the stuff though, like very dev specific provinces, build the correct buildings and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded 10 more years.
Alright, what's happening in Delhi? Do we have a Delhi
Not
player
much.
here? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with that
much,
coalition last session?
I beat him.
Hmm.
But yeah, made it easier for Vichy to take India, southern India. Really,
I mean,
really great guy.
I still think we got both about half of the dev, so it's
Yeah,
not
we
bad.
got. It's fair. It's fair.
Not completely unfair.
So I just
yeah,
went
it's
sick.
about fair. It's just like, oh my god, the income difference. What the?
Yeah, southern
but
India's a lot richer.
It's also prosperity though. Like I have prosperity everywhere.
Yeah,
you
I don't have any.
nowhere. So
Jesus,
it's
yeah.
I think that's 20 ducats difference also.
It's 25% boost to production, so it's definitely significant. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
it's quite nice.
He also has more trade ideas than me.
Yeah, and since
He has
I
like 3 or
didn't fight,
4.
and since I didn't have to fight all those expensive wars, I could dump all of that into production buildings. So I have
Yeah,
like
I fought a big war against Timmy's. Not last session, but session before last, first session.
yeah, and last
so-
session you had to fight the coalition also. I mean,
Yeah.
it was you won, but it was expensive, I
But
think.
yeah, not
Yeah.
much changed here from what I can see. I don't think any of your Timurid borders changed. Did this stay the same, right? You didn't have any wars?
No.
And yeah, well, let's move on then. Not much to say there.
I mean, I think Delhi is gonna form Punjab, by the way, in not too far of
Yeah.
time, and that's a really nice tag. That will also boost your economy and your strength quite a bit.
I was
Yeah, 'cause
so
I'm
sure
sick.
you already did that.
No, and he already has it's takes admin 10, and he already has the good government reforms, I think.
What does Punjab give?
It has
Morale,
15%.
this.
Yeah, it has morale, discipline. It has 15% production efficiency. It has it's one of the nicer idea sets in the game, I would say. It's kind of a mix out of military and
And it has a very nice flag.
yeah.
Oh damn, that is good. It's got discipline and morale.
Manpower, goods produced, production efficiency, trade efficiency, and a bit of cavalry combat.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good tag, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a nice color also, by the way.
And it really goes well with sick, which gives morale. And then you get a reform for another 5% morale.
Can you only form it if you're sick?
Yeah. Because otherwise, yeah, it's pretty rough. My religious unity is terrible. It's really bad.
Wouldn't it help to hire a missionary advisor?
Yeah, it would.
And probably
But I
get
don't know if I
Defender
have
of the
any.
Faith, but your money problems are not quite solved yet. Well, let's go to Timurids. Looks nice and chunky, but in my experience, if you don't manage to form Mughals early on, it's just kind of a wait until you die. Although Timurid ideas aren't bad on their own, they're pretty good. It's just Mughals is such a stronger tag, and if you get locked into this region, it's not a good situation because it's not that great, is it?
Mughals are a bad tag, though. They're pretty bad.
What do you mean?
Their ideas are awful, Mughals.
10%.
Timurids have way better
shove
ideas.
them-
No, I said Mughals. You said Mughals are better than Timurids.
Oh, Mughals. No,
Timurids are
Mughals,
way better.
Yeah, they get better ideas, but Mughals get the reform thing.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
it's not that good. It's better to form something else like Persia as Timurids.
Well, you can't. It's
Yeah, but you have to form Mamluks first, and then you
I
form.
I think
Persia.
the main reason why Mughals, if they form, are usually strong, and if they don't form, they're usually weak, is because if you form it, it means you got into India, and
Yep.
if you don't
Yep.
form it, it means you didn't
That's
get
the
into
big thing.
India.
yeah, that's what I
So-
said. If you're locked into this region, it's a problem because it's not that rich, especially if you don't have most of Persia or a chunk of Persia. It's a
Yeah,
problem. But
definitely
there's
Qara
definitely-
existing is bad for him.
there's definitely routes for expansion, and yeah, Qara existing is a horrible thing because it's allied to Ottomans and Punjab, so yikes. But yeah, there's routes of expansion northwards and stuff, so it's not horrible. Is Hormuz AI?
Yeah.
Hormuz is looking pretty nice. We might
I wonder why Timmy hasn't gone north or south. But
Yeah, going into Arabia is usually a good idea, especially now that Mamluks is dead. So, you know, maybe a little suggestion there. You're gonna need some ships though to cross this, right? But yeah, deck-wise is up. Good ideas. He knows how to play the game. Looking at the estates, you know, it's a good country. It's just a bad diplomatic situation, from what I can see. Except for Vijay, of course. But is Vijay gonna defend you against QQ? What do you say to that, Vijay?
Who knows? I mean,
Say no.
I
Say
don't
no.
want to like make all of my Diplo public. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, but if
But-
QQ decks on him, I just don't have to give him access.
Yeah,
So-
like that's.
Well, there's another way
I mean-
of getting access.
Yeah, he fights me,
It's called
but that would be a
defensible.
long, bloody war.
Yeah, that
So,
would be a pretty
He
bad
would
one.
not. He wouldn't be able to help Timurids. That's the
Mm.
point.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest at this point. Like the main reason why I'm allied to Timurids is like Punjab and I split India, so I think I'm my head at the moment, but I think long term we're gonna be about equal, especially after Punjab forms. And if he just gets to eat half of Timurids, then he's gonna outscale me pretty easily.
Yeah, pretty bad
So,
because you don't really have.
I'd rather have Timurids alive and Punjab not eat all of it in return than having it just getting killed. So because Timurids dying gets me nothing basically. But if QQ attacks him, I mean, I'm not gonna send
'cause
100
then, you know,
to
someone
fight
else
from
still
34.
takes this from Punjab. So if QQ kills him, it's all the same to you, I imagine.
Yeah.
So,
So basically, that's the main reason why I was allied to him, was because I didn't want, like, I mean, Punjab and I we were not hostile, even though we rivaled. But even if you're not hostile to someone, it doesn't mean that you want him to just get like 500 death for free, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Alright, so
like-
what's happening in QQ?
I've been in pretty much player wars from fairly early on in the first session. With the obviously Timurids declaring on Delhi and defending them. But the massive war on Ottomans has kind of worked in my favour now because Ottomans have made all these promises and basically I've got a lot of good faith now. Sort of use Ottomans as a sledgehammer starting next session.
That's a good situation to be in. You're paying 2 mil points a month for Vortex.
Yeah. So that's actually a mistake. I did have it on for a while because after the big war of Ottomans, I really wanted to avoid going bankrupt because I was already behind on my tech. I think I've paid off all my loans now,
Yeah. you
but
don't
my
have-
economy is just dog shit economy. Like no
Yeah, but
money.
it seems like you're taking the advice we gave to Timurids and going into Arabia, which is probably going to help you a lot because there's quite a few good provinces in here.
yeah.
Besides that, quantity ideas, which I'm really happy to see because I still think the quantity is like the meta. I'm still gonna go quantity, econ, quality. You know, maybe not econ, but you know, it's just like going defensive or some other meme like that. It seems like crippling yourself for no reason. So quantity is definitely good. Besides that, do you want to say anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty much good. I've managed to hold on fighting my much bigger neighbours, so I'm pretty happy with how things are going so far.
Yeah, I think if you manage to just like keep the peace for a little bit longer, you're probably gonna outscale Mughals pretty bad.
It's also Timurids. I think 23 loans out of 36.
Oh boy.
So really, they're going to be hurting in. He just left the Discord. They're really going to be hurting in a long war, especially if Ottomans are
Yeah,
joining
and
me.
interest is pretty bad, so yeah. I mean, I know he has a very rich friend. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Making 52 profit a month.
I mean,
but I don't know if that's gonna help him. Alright, let's go down to Africa now, which is starting to look pretty empty. We had the Morocco, we had Ethiopia, Mamluks, and now it's just
There is Congo and Kilwa.
yeah, and Mali.
Oh, yeah.
He got all the gold mines, which is good, and Jesus, he's making a lot of money off of this, huh? Up on tech, exploration quantity. Why is everyone going colonial? But I guess for
I mean,
Kilwa it's good
Kilwa
because
kind of
South
has to, yeah.
Africa, right? Yeah, because Portugal's already here.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an issue, but I think he can take Portugal on right now, probably.
Yeah. I mean, Portugal and Spain can't really send troops to Africa with France at the border.
Yeah, I mean Portugal might be, but you know, because Portugal and France don't necessarily have to be hostile because of Spain.
Was an African tech pips better right now too? Anyhow, unit pips.
Looks better to me, to be honest.
Yeah, slightly.
So yeah, he has an advantage over Portugal at the moment. Oh,
I heard he was. He also had some sort of deal with Malacca and I think UVJ regarding money for guarding Asia.
Yeah, I mean, I gave him some money because I also want him to, like, if he controls South Africa, it makes it a lot harder for colonizers to get bases in India. So I'm certainly friendly to Kilwa. And if he would get attacked or something, I might even help him. But I'm not sure if Vijay could actually do a lot except for maybe send some money. But money doesn't seem to be his issue anyways, I feel like.
yeah, money is definitely not an issue.
But yeah, I mean, this is a standard Kilwa. It's kind of long-term hard because the military ideas are kind of missing in his national idea set. So even if he goes full military build, missing a little bit, but he can have a lot of money. So I mean,
yeah,
if
he
he gets a lot of provinces, yeah, but if he gets enough provinces, like you can numbers through buildings and
yeah,
he can build them up.
Yeah.
And he could also potentially make trade deals with the Indians, like Zanzibar and South Africa, good nodes. So there are certainly ways for Kilwa to have a long-term good game, I feel like. And he doesn't have a concrete enemy.
There's no African
In the long term,
formables.
if like Congo comes at him or something, I think Congo has discipline in his ideas.
Yeah,
he just
I think,
can't. He can't win.
I think what
Yeah,
we
no,
said we're gonna
I
do
think-
is make a formable somewhere between Congo and Kilwa
Yeah.
and another formable.
Or just start as
like in the north.
Butua. Butua has great
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah, that's
But-
what I suggested
yeah, I
as
agree.
well. But you know, Butua starts pretty weak.
But
so he'd-
even if Congo has 5 more discipline, Kilwa has the money to build force-made buildings
I think
everywhere.
they're also looking at allying each other against the Europeans to maybe try push Europeans out of
yeah,
Africa.
all 3 Africans are allied, which is what I suggested. to
Yeah.
them. So that's probably a good idea. It's just soon enough they're gonna run out of expansion, and you know that's when the problems start for them.
Kilwa.
Hogboxing doesn't last for long when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not that much dev in Africa.
So
Really isn't.
Congo. Up on
Yeah,
top.
but like all the provinces that are usually bad to dev, like the coastal provinces, they don't get the plus 35 dev cost. They instead are at 0. So you can actually dev the provinces pretty nicely in
Did
the
he
mod.
ask for safe fixes for this, or is this what the AI selected?
I didn't give him any ideas. I just put him up on tech because like I compared him to Kilwa and to Mali, and he was up on tech. I give him some provinces, institution, crown land, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just
And-
wonder why he went to exploration, but you know, I guess there's a lot of shit to
He's
colonize.
probably gonna dump it. He just wants to get to Rwanda.
Yeah, he just
He only
the
took 2 ideas in.
colonizers. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Just
Although he could have taken expansion just to get the 1 colonist if he's gonna dump it. But he should have taken quantity first. I'd still recommend.
yeah, I don't know about
Get
quality.
quality.
I don't know.
I
I mean, quantity is nice, that's true, but in Africa I feel like you get a lot of force limit from building force limit buildings anyway, right? So I think it's more about holding certain choke points than having high numbers, because number-wise, I think you shouldn't be outnumbered anyways, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Spain can send all of his troops to Africa anyway, so if you have to fight the European, I mean, I don't think you need numbers, you more need the quality.
Yeah.
but I don't know.
So both Africans so far seem to be doing good, and you know.
He makes 25 ducats. That's pretty impressive. Like I didn't think Congo would make that much money.
Yeah, his
Congo's good trade goods.
I think, you know, as long as you can keep the Europeans out reliably, you're doing good as Africans. So
Yeah, and then he
they-
can go to Ethiopia too. He can just colonize all the way to Ethiopia and get those gold
yeah,
mines.
and that's all empty now, so it's probably gonna be
Free
good to
land.
punch into that.
Yeah, I think because I know Ottomans and Kilwa were also talking about Ethiopia and Gulf of Aden. That could be a potential point of conflict in the future.
And here's the chunky African doing really good. 46 income. A little behind on tech, but not mill tech, importantly. Econ quality. He's doing really good. I just like, if you took quantity, I think again you would be much stronger. It's just, you know, if it works for you. Yeah, did we suggest he devs his gold mines last time to 10? Yeah,
He did.
looks like he
I
did
think
that.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he did do that, and that's jump-started his economy by a lot.
He should take the mana too, I think. Is he taking the mana? You know, I've seen a lot of people haven't taken the mana in the estates.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking at. Not in admin.
He hasn't taken admin. He took
took
mill. He didn't take dip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
if
should
we have-
take at least the point. Yeah.
If we have the
Admin
crown land,
too, of
like
course.
we can go down to 20 safely. So I would take both. Of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
For the moment.
And
Yeah.
take the Demi manpower. He hasn't taken that. That's so good, the Demi manpower.
No possible rivals. That sucks. Yeah, Demi manpower and the mana ones definitely take them. I'm just checking because I keep forgetting about no possible rivals. I keep
Congo
forgetting
can
about
switch his tech
competition.
group too. If he gets Coptic or Catholic, he can switch to Eastern,
Oh, that's pretty good.
since he's a tribe.
Huh, so he just needs a colonizer next to him, right?
Yeah, or he can go Coptic. If he gets Ethiopia, he can get Coptic. Then switch his religion to Coptic. He has to become a horde, and then he can reform into like a theocracy or whatever, and it'll switch his tech to Eastern, and you'll get Cossacks if you get steppe land. There's actually a decent amount of steppe land in Africa,
Yeah, that'd
so
probably
it's
be
pretty good.
pretty good. Yeah, I think it's all in Western Africa though. Yeah, I think it's all in Western Africa. Anyway, back to Mali. I think that's it. Just fix your estates, definitely. Besides that, he seems to be doing fine. He's definitely the strongest African by far. And I don't think Spain and Portugal are gonna be bullying him anytime soon. Allied to Portugal too, so I guess they worked out the deal. Up next, do we go to the Ottomans? Iced? Leo, are you still here?
Yes.
I've just been talking a lot. So, yeah, I don't think there's a lot to say about the Ottomans.
A lot of fostering.
Yeah. Ottomans are insane, and half of Europe committed suicide. So.
I mean, I don't know if I would call it suicide, but you know, it was necessary.
Maybe it was assisted suicide. Okay, but
Yeah, definitely.
like a lot of European nations. I mean, I wouldn't say they're dead, but I don't see anybody who can fight the Ottomans, who's close to the Ottomans.
Yeah, not really. I don't think it's contested now because Mems died, Hungary died. I don't think Austria can fight him, and I definitely can't fight him in Muscovy. So it's pretty much a free game for Ottomans from this point on. I wanted to
Prussia. Prussia's the only person once Brandenburg forms Prussia. He'll be
Yeah.
able to fight the
Is it
Ottomans,
gonna
but
be
by then they'll all be
that?
dead. So
Brandenburg is doing good, but yeah, it's gonna take a time.
He was mentioning something about deving decreases in the reforms, but I'm not seeing that. Did you look into that, Ice?
I think it was only for what's it called? The special Prussian government.
Well, I I don't think there's anything else to say about the Ottomans. It's just kind of scary.
Just wanna say one thing. He's really, really poor, so his income is bad. Just saying.
So
Yeah, he's so poor.
Oh,
Look
they
at his
don't know.
manpower though. It's
missing.
sick.
Yeah, his manpower is kind of sick. Yeah.
Force limit. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's not that bad. Like, not gonna lie, he has some force limit buildings, right?
So do you really
Like-
think that the war we took was a suicide? Like it was unjustified because this
I'm
is
not-
what
I'm not-
happened after he won. Like we can't fight him anymore. We had to take a chance, you know.
I just think it was bad for you to fight him. You should have gotten all the steppe land and gotten the. Is there Cossacks in the mod? Do they give the steppe bonus?
I couldn't have outscaled
The
him either
manpower?
way.
Yeah, you could have. Russia can definitely outscale Ottomans.
I don't think with my position.
Now
'cause
you
I had to
can't.
fight-
Now you don't even have Great Horde. Astrahan, he can take all that land.
I had to fight Poland on session 1, so I was really weak at the start of this session. I was gonna bankrupt either way.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Poland entered into Muscovy.
Poland didn't.
Yeah,
make
but I
it
mean
really
that's
hard.
pretty
He went-
normal.
Poland
That's pretty
went
normal.
like full debts on day 1 and just like sent. I think he had like 100k like in 1449. So I had to fight to survive really hard, and I couldn't recover after that really quickly. So even if I stayed out of this war, I don't think I could have outscaled him, and he was gonna eat Mamluks in Hungary either way. So, you know, I think it was good for me to participate and slow him down a little bit. And you know, we got a friendship out of it afterwards, which I'm hoping is legitimate and long lasting.
Friendship. He's already in the
No.
Circassia.
That's just we're touching tips like friendly. It's it's how it works.
Yeah, sure,
We're
definitely.
eternal friends now, and
Definitely.
there's never gonna
You know,
be a
when he
Russian
takes
up in the
Moscow,
war.
that's just a sign of friendship. It's brotherhood. It's
Hey,
brotherhood.
I mean, to be fair, Ottomans doesn't have to fight Russia. I think if he just keeps on eating Mamluks and pushes into like Austria.
Hey, I
It's
had
long-term
one
better.
chance. I had
Maybe.
one chance. I took it. I failed, and now we're friends. And you
No,
know,
no.
if he kills me, you know that I tried, but
I honestly think though, if you would have just let him death war the Hungarians and the Mamluks, and then you expanded, took all the hordes, formed Russia, you
Yeah,
could have
but
been
the
as
thing
strong
is-
as him.
the thing is, him warring versus Mamluks and Hungarians was not even close. I brought down like 80,000. I went, I bankrupted in that war, and we still barely beat him. So,
Yeah.
like, if he was just fighting Mamluks and Hungarians, he would have just rolled them instantly. So,
True.
I think that would have been just free land for him if that was the case. So I had to participate there. Anyway, for Muscovy, it's you know, I'm just trying to go for realism here. You know how it's a very modern and prosperous nation in the real world. I'm trying to replicate that with my tech level and my ideas. And you know, I think I'm doing a fairly good job just being realistic here. And
Role playing.
yeah, role playing as proper Russia. And
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
I don't want to be mean, yeah.
Ignore this. Just
We're not looking. We're not looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm. It's a pretty weak position. Honestly, I'm playing Russia pretty poorly, but I think I'm gonna be able to recover now. If I don't get killed by Ottomans, which I hope
Yeah.
not. But either way, I'm pretty strong for the region. The only person stronger than me is the Ottomans. Sweden seeded in now, and you know, he doesn't compete really.
Are you worried about Brandenburg? Because I would be.
For now, not. And honestly, I'm kind of trying to ally him because I know PTZ is a really good player. And if we can work out some sort of a deal and I can trust him long term, I'd rather ally him than, you know, try and kill him. Because
To be fair,
I
like
don't think you could kill him.
in the current situation, I feel like all the Europeans should like this is one of the rare cases where you actually want to get a strong Prussia, because if you don't get a strong Prussia, Ottomans just gonna kill Hungary, then Austria, then well, I don't know, Dalmatia, then Muscovy. Like he can just pick you off one by one, and even if you
Yeah,
unite,
but you might
lose.
get the dreaded Prussian-Ottoman alliance.
oof.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Split all of Europe. Oh god.
But yeah, for now
Yeah.
I'm very good friends with the Brandenburg, and I'm
Well-
hoping for an alliance with the Ottomans, and that's gonna be just eternal friendship right there. And the European Cobra spirit is here.
Sipping.
I tried. Alright, next up, Austria, which lost emperorship somehow. all the electors are AI, so I'm not.
I
quite-
think PTC
He'll
just
get it
allied
back.
them.
He'll get it back though because
I don't think so.
Brandenburg has to go Protestant to form Prussia.
Yeah, that's true. And we also nerfed it heavily, so
He,
it's not worth that
he
much.
didn't have a female heir or anything, so I don't know how he managed to do this because it should be much easier for him to get the electors than Brandenburg with, you know, Austrian. Don't they get like a?
Does he have a lot of AE? That might be it.
Not really.
Oh, he has
No,
no,
but
AE.
The problem though is he took land from Hungary, and I think he's behind on ideas. And Brandenburg also gets some mission and stuff that give him like influence, like diplo points. Now,
he's
how do you say?
behind on
Diplo
tech a
rep.
little bit.
Dip rep, yeah, and probably also Brandenburg just maybe he's just allied to some of the electors. I mean, if you want to snag the electorship, and you see Austria doesn't have a lot of votes, just like
Yeah, just
befriend
ally
one or
them.
two, and then
Yeah, so that was probably a really good play for Brandenburg because even though we nerfed it, it's still pretty significant this early on.
Yeah, but he's gonna go Protestant in like 20 years to go form Prussia. So
Protestantism is already up, so he might
yeah,
wanna-
he should. Honestly, he should go now. It's
Yeah.
not. I don't know. Get a center of reformation. Have it start converting your country.
Yeah, the earlier you switch, the better in my experience. But you know, you might want to wait as well until you get to Technical 10.
Hmm
But I don't know. Anyway, for Austria, I don't like.
Ooh, his balance.
Yeah.
Oh god.
yeah, but his gold mine is currently occupied. Like he lost the one to Switzerland, and his one in Hungary is occupied.
Yeah, he's had a.
But
bad
he's
time
still
with
he's in a
France.
really bad spot.
Yeah, diplomatically he's you know, rivaled with France obviously, and France is just destroying everything. And yeah, so Austria in a really bad spot. His probably best hope would try and ally the Ottomans or something silly like that. But
Yeah, like to be honest, if I would have been France, I would have probably made friends with Austria, and just instead of helping Switzerland beat Austria, gone into Spain instead, because you don't really like if Austria dies, Ottomans just gets even more free clay, and Ottomans like France. Why not just go into Spain? I mean, that just seems like more.
he doesn't have the 50 power projection either, and I'm positive that he can get it from insulting too. So, you know, that's
No, I think he lost a big war though. Didn't he lose something from that? No. Okay.
Switzerland
he
wasn't
doesn't-
his
he doesn't
rival, I
have any
think, in that war.
He doesn't have anything from insults, and he doesn't have any embargoes going. So you know, getting those up, you know, it's small things like that that you know improve your country in year 4. And yeah, this is just oh my lord. I think that when he lost emperorship, he just like started plummeting hard. Is what happened. And
He's weaker than every power bordering him. Dalmatia, Brandenburg,
he's weaker
Switzerland,
than, he's weaker
Ottomans.
than his vassal, Bohemia. So
Yeah.
that's a problem. And
What about
I think-
Dalmatia?
I actually think that this game is a good example why Austria and Hungary should always ally in EU4.
yeah.
Like Aragon and Castile if both succeeded. If they fight each other, then France eats them, and if Austria and Hungary fight each other, then they also just die to Ottomans, Poland, or whatever. Like alone, they.
I had to
I
mute
agree.
Nabihov's- I
I
had to
agree.
mute Nabihov because he's broadcasting too
Yeah.
much. Message me if you fix your microphone, because
Yeah.
we're recording and it's just too much hum. And
Because even if Austria gets more from Hungary, the point is still Ottomans moving into Hungary. Like, especially
Can't
with how
beat
they
them.
changed the trade notes. Yeah, you just have. You get some land, but your enemy gets more, and then he suddenly borders you.
Yeah, what
So-
I like to do is Austria-Hungary, have Hungary go into Poland and you go into Venice, get the Venetian trade. Like it's a really
Yeah.
strong alliance if you both work together.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to compete. And I told him that in the war. I tried to get him to help versus the Ottomans, and honestly, if he did, we probably would have won. But you know, he wanted to eat Hungary now, and you know, you got some land out of it, but you're bordering Ottomans, and yeah,
Yeah, and you're also in danger of like France and
that's a pretty
potentially
bad
okay.
spot. Like,
Poland is dead right now, but even Poland, like Austria killing Hungary, it's not bad in itself, but the consequences long term that happen from Hungary disappearing I feel like
I think
it's better to have them as
diplomatically
ally than to have them as enemy.
I
That's
think
what I feel like.
diplomatically he's in a pretty weak spot now. If he allied Hungary, he would have had like a pretty good little hug box going, and would have helped him long term. And especially now that Pope is dead as well, he's like other ally. But yeah, switching to Dalmatia. He just killed the Pope, and the Pope wanted to reseed. What is that noise? It's Alice
I'm gonna
Slugger.
mute him. I'm gonna mute him, yeah.
Do that, please. He just killed the Pope. The Pope wanted to reseed his Naples, and you know that was a bit contested.
Yeah, and rightfully. I mean, if you win the 1v1, then you should just get it. I mean,
It wasn't 1v1, he had France, but you know, still, it doesn't really matter. If you win, you win, and just switch real quick because the UI is bugged for the vessels. He doesn't have any. But he has Greece and Sicily. A little behind on tech, militarily stronger than Austria by the looks of it. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I'm a little surprised by his income because he controls most of Venice, but he only makes like 30 ducats in total. What seems a bit strange to me, but
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Venice
but maybe it's
seems-
too early. I don't know.
Nah, because Genoa is stronger, and that just seems off to me, like by 7 ducats. So, don't know what that is about. Maybe, yeah, maybe Hungary and Austria being weak, and he can't really steer much into Venice. I don't know, but yeah, I think the main thing here is that he's stronger than Austria, and he has the mountain pass, so he's in a pretty good spot all in all, and should be able to unite Italy. Besides the French thing, which I don't know what's happening there, because he's allied with both France and the Ottomans now, so I'm thinking there might
Yeah.
be a switcheroo happening soon.
He can't form Italy with Genoa being controlled by France, I'm pretty sure.
From the Italian nation.
Does he want to form Italy though?
Yeah, he said that's his goal for the campaign. He needs both Milan
Oh, okay.
and Genoa, so he needs 2 provinces from France.
Although Dalmatian are arguably better ideas than Italian, because Italian doesn't get morale or dis.
Yeah, I
But
mean
you do get 33% manpower.
he can stay Dalmatia though. The Dalmatian
Yeah.
ideas, I mean, and just go for the missions or something.
Yeah,
True.
Dalmatia seems to have a pretty extensive mission set and ideas.
I would form Croatia first though, because then you get a permanent -2 development cost modifier, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think you can form Italy after you form Croatia.
Why not?
Oh yeah, you can culture.
He can, because it doesn't switch his primary culture.
Yeah.
It's just an accepted culture. He just
Yeah.
needs Zagreb. Does he have
Yeah.
Zagreb?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Oh, maybe he has to be at peace. Does he have to
yeah,
be at
probably.
peace?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have to happen now. I'm just saying like that's a smart step
It's
at
not
some
core, I
point
think.
because you get some good perma modifiers with Croatia as well.
Yeah, he just needs to core it and then he can form Croatia.
Yeah.
And he's probably Dalmatian culture at the moment anyways, not Italian, right? So he still has to flip back at some point.
Dalmatian is in the Italian culture group, so you can form Italy.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
stopped that.
It's really strong. Italian culture group is awesome now.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that they've made Dalmatian Italian, but you know, I guess historical accuracy isn't everything. So
No, it is historical. Dalmatians spoke a Latin dialect and Ragusa and everything.
Huh, I didn't
And there's
know
still
that.
people, Dalmatians, that speak like, a language close to Italian.
Alright, Switzerland is fucking in the money apparently. Jeez, that's pretty good.
That Austrian gold mine.
Yeah. 8 income from gold. Military seems really strong compared to Austria, so he's definitely a competitor now. Well, more than a competitor for like this entire chunk of Germany. So that's a
I mean,
good
he's really
position
good
to be
for a player vessel. Let's be honest. Like
in. Yeah.
pretty good player vessel at the moment.
Offensive ideas. I honestly don't know about that. But
Offensive is good. Offensive is good.
who am I to talk? I think he could be farming more power projection, especially if you rival Austria, because you're like practically at war with them all the time. And yeah, same thing with Savoy as everyone else is missing. They just send the insults because you know power projection is pretty important. And embargo as well. Why does the UI keep bugging on this?
It's always
Something
It's a
is wrong
non-bug.
with the battle UI is bugged via text switch.
Alright, whatever. So yeah, that's
I mean,
pretty much it for Switzerland.
Switzerland is a nice spot though. It's okay.
Yeah.
He has to like when the AI cherry is dying, he has to be careful to get enough German land, but it's hard for a small nation in a majors game, and I feel like he, at least this far, managed pretty well to stay alive and get some good lands. So
He can form Westphalia, right? Might be a good option
he can,
for
yeah.
him. He just
Yeah.
needs to culture shift.
And he's
That's
doing,
much better ideas than Swiss.
he's doing really good. Like there's no one like Westphalia is dead, and you know he has a lot of depth here that he can eat because Austria can't really contest that right now. If France
Yeah, but-
allows them, that is.
I think he won't be able to get too much in North Germany though because of Brandenburg.
Yeah, but even if you don't go too far north, you have this entire node here, like Rhineland, and you know that's pretty strong. So really good position, but yeah, it's just you know when you're a player vassal, you kind of limit yourself. But I feel like in this situation that was a good goal because if you were in
Yeah.
independent Switzerland next to France and Austria, you
Is he a
probably would've died.
march?
No, he's
No.
not. I'm just joking because he's like, basically France helps him, he lives, and if France turns on him, he dies. Basically, so that's why I'm calling him a vassal. It's kind of mean though. Okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
I think it describes his position accurately. I don't think it's mean, but you know, it is.
I mean,
what
I
it is.
think he has some leverage. He has mountain forts. You don't want to fight on those as France, and he can get allies potentially.
Yeah,
who
if
hate
you can
France.
get an ally like Dalmatia or something.
No,
you
I'm
know,
sure
that-
Castile would help him against France. Like there would be people who would help him.
We'll
I don't
get
think
to
it's
that.
just
We'll get to that. You need to
player
see
vassal
that
yet.
situation.
Okay, maybe not.
Brandenburg, PKZ is you know, doing how you would expect him. Pretty good. So, I mean, I guess if he's going offensive, then I'm just looking out of my ass, and I'm probably wrong on that one.
I mean,
So-
offensive is a great idea. You get good generals, you get good land fire and shock damage dealt.
Yeah,
You get
so
prestige from battles. It's not a bad idea group.
I'm probably gonna regret bitching on offensive idea picks for this video then.
Yeah, I mean, I think people overestimate quantity a bit. It's not bad. Obviously, it's very good, but it lost all of its good policies in this mod. So you don't. It's 40% more force limit, sure, but you can also get force limit with buildings. You can't get discipline with buildings, so
So his
can be
situation,
smarter to go for the discipline.
his situation diplomatically is that he's allied to Austria and Muscovy, and now with Denmark gone for no apparent reason, you know, he has all this northern expansion pretty much open because Sweden's in a bad spot, and everything west, I think Brandenburg's gonna have a really strong game.
Also, south of Brandenburg is going to be pretty, like Bohemia, Poland.
Yeah, if he
can
decides to betray Austria, but you know, he has other
Free
ways.
land.
he's allied to Austria. Okay, yeah, no, but he can't just eat Lübeck land, and then he makes a good amount of money of trade in Denmark, and then
Yeah.
The big thing is just running out of admin to core at all. He has so much free land.
yeah, but
Literally
there
a
are
free
also,
game.
but there's also some nice land that you can, like for example, Lübeck is a good vassal because he also gives you a shit ton of trade power.
Hmm.
Probably even more efficient than annexing it yourself.
Yeah, you'll get goods produced since it's a merchant republic.
Yeah, and he has a lot of merchant modifiers. So, like, if you would get from the province maybe 25 trade power, Lübeck gets like I don't know 45 or something. So it's, and he also builds ships and stuff. He even took trade ideas like AI Lübeck is really nice.
Alright, what's happening in Sweden? He got seeded mid-session and declared
Yeah.
war on Denmark immediately, which was a player nation for 50 years, so I thought that was a pretty bad choice. You know, you don't get seeded into an AI nation and then declare immediately, because you know it ended up how it ended up, and he lost the war, but they're still in a decent spot. He's just pretty far behind, and talk to him, and he still wants to keep on Sweden. So He doesn't want to switch
He
to
just
Denmark.
broke free, by the way.
Oh, he did.
Denmark imploded to rebels on the 1st January 1501, so one day before the
Oh.
save was taken.
Yeah, I guess that's why I didn't notice it. So
Because he asked to get set free, but he had actually already been broken free because Denmark lost to rebels.
that's good then. He didn't even know it himself. Did he ask for these effects, right?
No.
Oh, he didn't ask for idea changes.
AI was smart.
Yeah, I don't think that one
Ideas.
pushes yet. It's just a smart AI.
Yeah, good AI.
Maybe he picked economics, I don't know, but I think I'm pretty certain offensive is AI.
Yeah, since he's free now, he's doing pretty good. It's and diplomatically, just he's a bit isolated because he just joined and he has a Brandenburg to the south to worry about. So, you know, that's his main concern. But besides that, from the looks of it, he's doing good. You know, that's the way it looks to me, at least. Do you guys have anything to say about Big Sweden?
I mean, I think Muscovy isn't really in a position to fight him at the moment. And Brandenburg, I mean, if Sweden gives him a good deal on Denmark split, he could just get some time to recover, bounce back. But
Yeah,
long term, it's going to be hard because Brandenburg's not going to allow him to go very much south. Muscovy's not going to allow him to go very much east.
yeah, I did
And
leave.
then the question is,
I did
once-
leave
yeah,
Kilwa
okay.
for him so he can go orthodox
okay, so he
because I'm a nice
so he
guy.
can eat one province and then he's out of AI, I guess, in that
Yeah,
region.
well,
So
he has Norway, but
he has Norway and since it's
Livonia.
all-
Livonia.
yeah, but
Russia's Muscovy is very weak. Like if he wanted to, he could ally Ottomans and partition Muscovy. Like
Well-
he could do that.
the thing is, Ottomans and I are eternal friends. So,
Yes, of course.
like I
course.
said. But yeah, I've also been friendly with him, so I think we're gonna end up working out some sort of an alliance. It's just I'm leaning towards Brandenburg right now, and if the two of them are gonna go into conflict, then you know I'm gonna have to pick Brandenburg, I think. But yeah, just trying to build a big hug box here, like allying everyone around me. That's the
Yeah.
ideal game for Muscovy.
I mean, what I want to say about Sweden is he's in an okayish spot, but he's basically 60 years behind
Hmm. Yeah.
because he's basically doing a more or less 1444 start.
yeah.
Yeah, all his land is 1444.
Nothing is deft like a human would dev it. Nothing is built up like a human would build it up. He hasn't expanded from his 1444 borders. He's in an okayish spot, but it's basically because
I think he's gonna be fine, honestly.
AI
for now.
was okay. He didn't die. Yeah, I'm not saying he's in a bad spot. I'm just saying like it's like a 1444 start, basically 6 years late.
Alright, we did Switzerland, Brandenburg, Sweden. There's no one else here, so France.
It's to England and then France, right?
Okay, England and then France, and then Castile, Portugal, and Aztec. So what's
Then
they
Aztec.
been up to?
Fighting coalitions, I think. Also, he's still in one.
Yeah.
Like I think when did the coalition war start with this Frankfurt? Can you click on the war on below?
it's been 14
87.
years.
Okay, only 14 years. Okay.
Only 14 years. It's a
Yeah, I think he has been in coalition war since 1470. I think so.
it's a really strong coalition.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't make any money because all of Holland is always occupied.
Yeah. I mean,
I
wouldn't
don't
say
really
he's not
understand
making
why he
any
rushed
money.
it so much.
Well, I guess he was, you know, trying to get ahead of the competition. It's just like Westphalia is dead, so you didn't really have much competition except for France. Although France,
You can't seize crown land and sell it though. Like there's so many bad things you can't do at war. You can't integrate vassals.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just-
doing really good in Crownland, and he got nobility in the patch. So
He can't form Great Britain like that or
Yeah.
Ireland or whatever.
mm,
It's
He's gonna form Ireland though, right?
yeah,
I would assume so.
I'm pretty sure because he's culture converting into Irish, like he's working on culture swap.
Yeah, he's primary is Irish right now.
Is it?
But I told him that I was gonna
Yeah.
go naval and invade England, and then he wasn't sure anymore. So maybe he won't.
The Vijay invasion of England. Nice. I mean, I don't know. I think Irish is still a pretty good choice because besides the memes from Vijay, I don't think he has many actual threats. Would you actually do that?
No, probably not. But you never know what happens in 1650 when you have nothing to do and you're bored.
Yeah.
And you, I mean, I'm making in 1500. I make 100 ducats. How much am I gonna make in 1600? I mean,
Fair enough.
I've gotta spend the money on something, I
And
guess.
invading England from India. That's such a Chad move.
And then at the scoring range, yeah.
He's finally colonizing by the looks of it. I thought he wasn't gonna go colonial at all,
Yeah.
but
He has something in the Caribbean as well, I think. 3 or 4 provinces down there.
does he?
Southeast. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good because of the colonial player. They're gonna help a lot. I thought he wasn't gonna go colonial at all.
Yeah, I think the players changed that. Having like 3 players play for you is vessels more or less.
I mean, he can't go into Europe. He can't compete with France or Prussia. There's just no way. Like, that's just a foolish move if he tries to do that.
Yeah, diplomatically.
It's better to go colonial.
He pretty isolated. I think he had to deal with France, but it looks like they're no longer allied. So,
I
yeah.
kind of disagree though. Like, if you form Ireland, your land military isn't that worse than France. Your income is probably higher as England.
20% less manpower, 10% less morale.
Mm.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah, but when France is fighting Castile, you can just attack him from the north, and what's
Yeah,
France gonna
France
do?
has more enemies, is the thing, you know?
Yeah, but if you look at France and Castile, I mean, there's just no comparison where they're at ideas and
Yeah, that's
manpower
true.
and just everything.
That's the main problem, yeah.
Mm.
But England could befriend Castile and fight France with Castile.
I don't think he'd win, but yeah, he could do that.
Alright, let's look at France now.
France is a strange nation.
Is
On
it
the one hand, it's really strong, and on the other hand, I'm kind of disappointed. So it's like,
disappointed by? Because
I feel like it should be stronger. Like,
he's
it
doing
got
really good.
it got Burgundy for free. It barely had one series more. I mean, the starting was Burgundy, okay, but he already is in Italy. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
feel
know. I
like-
think he's really strong compared to his neighbors.
compared to his neighbors for sure. But I feel like for example, he could have moved his trade capital to Genoa. I think he should make more money that way because he already has vessels in Genoa. He controls a bunch of provinces there.
Yeah, he has the majority of trade power in Genoa, so I would
You
definitely.
can't take
there.
trade power from Milan though. It's a PU.
No, not from Milan, but from Pisa and from I think Genoa.
Yeah, I would definitely collect in Genoa and switch trade capital there because you're just. Oh, I
And-
already had those.
And Milan doesn't have provinces in Genoa, right? It's Venice, anyways. I think.
No, he
No,
Oh
it's
no,
Genoa.
they moved it. They moved it. Okay, Milan used.
Yeah, it's
to be
always
in-
been Genoa.
Yeah, so I'd
I think
definitely
Milan used to
move
be,
the trade
but,
capital to Genoa and make a lot more money that way. Than.
I mean, maybe not a lot, but it's gonna make more money for sure. And he has the
he
dip
has
points
the-
anyway.
He could definitely send a merchant there. He should definitely send a merchant there at the minimum.
Yeah, the merchant in Valencia doesn't do that much, I think. But yeah, like maybe I'm just cherry picking. I just like when I looked at between the says, like last time Castile was so much weaker than France, and I don't know.
Well, it's still the case. I think France is in a really good spot. So yeah, let's
He has
look
to
at
do
Castile.
something better. I'm
He-
surprised he hasn't attacked Castile yet.
He lost Navarre, which is bad. And yeah, this
Yeah,
is
but he lost that quite some time ago. And by the way, what tech are they at? How far is he away from Tech 10, Castile?
they both
I mean
went
Castile.
to they both went to 9 and
Okay, it's the plus
2
one
admins.
970.
yeah.
Okay, so it's still like 15 years, and then he still has to tick up before he gets Terocios. Yeah, it's gonna be. And how long is the truce between them? It's only like 5 years left, right?
F4.
4 years.
Yeah, I think he's gonna attack Castile right away. And Castile only has 3 ideas, so it's just there's no way he can compete.
Oh, but it's defensive ideas. Like you only really need the first 2 in that group.
Yeah,
right?
did he save his mission for the morale? Did Castile
I
save
think
his
he did.
missions?
Oh, maybe not.
No, really.
He took that one. There's another one though. Continue Reconquista. He needs to get that. Go down.
Yeah,
Continue Reconquista. That's 15% morale. He needs to get that mission.
Yeah.
Is
He
He
needs
needs
to
to get
convert
that if he
those
wants to have a
provinces.
chance.
And then conquer the remaining provinces. Yeah, wait,
Still has to convert
does he
the
already own the
provinces.
provinces, or are they
He does.
Portuguese?
Portugal. He
No,
needs to
no,
get the
the next
one to
mission, not the,
Morocco.
Reclaim
the next one, not
Go down.
He
He
needs
needs to buy those from Portugal.
Yeah, he needs at least temporarily, and then he gets 15% morale. That's kind of.
Yeah, he needs that. If he has that, he has a chance, but otherwise he has no chance.
I'm not sure. I think his morale is higher than France.
I think his Diplo is also better because, I mean, he can probably. I won't spoil too much, but I think England's probably looking to punch into France, and even with this coalition wars, this is gonna be his best shot. And you know, Octa, you know, he's gonna take his. Best
Yeah,
shot.
and
he's
even
not gonna sit on it.
even if England doesn't want to fight France, England certainly doesn't want Castile to die to France.
But okay, but
Yeah.
Switzerland owes France. I think France wins that.
Yeah,
hands
and
down.
Dalmatia also kind of owes France. So I
Yeah, they
agree.
own.
Like I don't see France.
There's kind of a rift between Dalmatia and
winning
France,
this.
so I don't know if that alliance is gonna stick, but we'll see. So yeah, Castile I think is in a better diplomatic situation because of Dalmatia, England, and Austria.
I
to a
think
lesser
maybe
extent.
if Dalmatia wants to become Italy, he has to beat up France.
Yeah,
But
that make-
maybe Dalmatia is going to take trade and then be the trader for Ottomans. I could see that in the Venice node.
Castile could also kind of talk to Ottomans, right? France is the only threat left in Europe for Ottomans. Like,
Yeah.
why?
No,
if France-
Brandenburg.
Yeah, Brandenburg, but Brandenburg is 100 years ago before they compete. France, if France kills Castile, they are all like they have 20, 30 years away from Ottomans, I think. So,
Right.
like midterm, I think France is more dangerous. Long term, probably Brandenburg. But
Next up we have Portugal.
where is he colonizing? I think he went around Africa instead of going for colonial nations immediately, which I find kind of
He has
strange.
Brazil, so
He
we're
won't go.
looking for a Brazil
okay.
player. He already formed. He has the first colonial nation in the game, so we're gonna seed someone
That's
in
nice.
Brazil, and that's gonna give him a huge jump, because a Brazil player is like, look at the colonial region, like that's insane.
Yeah.
If you get the Brazil player early on and he does his job well, you can compete with a lot bigger nations than yourself.
Yeah, and then
Portugal
Aztecs
has
come and
some,
kill you.
Have Brazil
has
take
nice
mill
countries.
ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have a good army.
I don't know if we're gonna be doing save fixes for colonial nations though when it comes to ideas,
Mhm.
because they're already so much stronger to begin with. We don't wanna, we don't wanna give them too much.
Yeah, but even
bullshit.
expansion Pluto is pretty good. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Pluto isn't that bad.
thing is
I actually
about
like Pluto quite a bit, to be honest.
Colonial nations also, we said they can't take quantity, so that restricts them somewhat, and I think they also can't take maritime, but they're still very, very strong for sure.
Yeah, I mean plutocratic gives 20% force limit. Isn't there another idea that also gives 20 force limit? Another idea group?
No, that used to be offensive, and we moved it to. But,
I moved it just away. No, chivalric. The finish of chivalric was that?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
It's upright.
chivalric.
And the finisher. I mean the bonus idea. No, it's land leader siege. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
But still, like 20% instead of 40, it's not the end of the world.
And 10% morale.
I think Portugal.
Yeah, and goods produced and stuff. Like plutocratic is kind of. I personally feel like it's underrated, but yeah, I don't know.
I think Portugal's doing pretty good, and yeah, he's in a very good spot when we see the Brazil player, and it's just after that it's about selecting like the right regions to colonize, and I think you should definitely go for Caribbean or something, and maybe even compete with England a little bit more, because if you kick England out of the New World, the entirety of the Americas is yours, and that's like 8 subject nations you have, so it's a bit ridiculous.
I mean, there's still Shimazu, Malacca.
Yeah, but they're gonna be longer, and they're not
Aztec.
going for like Louisiana or Eastern America. But yeah, definitely Aztec is a strong one.
They
Yeah,
might have
Aztec
own
could deck on
North
his
and South
subjects, too.
America.
Anything else we
Yeah.
want to say about Portugal?
I mean, it's a pretty decent Portugal, I would say.
Yeah.
Portugal starts off pretty slow. I mean, and I think he's okay in an okayish position.
Yeah, he's not even that slow. I think he's doing really good. I mean, I know it's the second session, but it's still 15:01, so we haven't gone that far, and he's already in South Africa. He's got Brazil, and you know, he's doing good. And he seems to have made a deal with Mali as well. So if he can get the Ivory Coast all to himself and keep the English out of it, that's probably a pretty good position for him. I don't know about this though. If that was left there intentionally.
No, he's doing it for tech. You get tech discounts, and I'm assuming France is gonna be ahead on tech, so there's no reason not to spy on him.
Yeah, he's ahead on.
I mean, who else would you wanna spy on? It's Portugal, right?
Yeah.
Mali's probably gonna be behind on tech. England, you'd never trust Octa, so the only one left is France.
Yeah. I like the never trust Octa comment. It's the best advice we can give.
Okay, so the last nation I think we're gonna have to look at is Aztec. I think they're gonna just own all of America, and I mean North and South America. All the players of Tech's gonna experience the wrath of the Blood Goth.
He is doing really good so far, and he's only gonna scale off better when he manages to reform government. Oh, he already did, right?
Yeah.
He just needs. Is he? Do you think he stays in Nahuatl, or is that?
Yeah, let's stand with more of. I mean, if you go to the bottom right, on the on the whole like on next to the war screen.
Next to the war
down,
screen?
down.
Oh.
Next to the minimap, the religious reforms, you also keep those.
Yeah, they
so
keep
that's
all that
5 discipline that you also gotta keep.
Oh, that's a pretty good religion.
That's a really good religion, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
it's very strong.
I think if the colonizers want to compete with him, they need to pop out those colonial nations and get them seeded like as soon as possible.
I don't think they can though.
I think they can. It's gonna expand a lot before Aztec is nearby.
Yeah, but Aztec is already like what 500. I think he's close to being a great power. It's like if you see the colonial nation right now next to Vijay or Delhi or Bengal. I mean, like the second you're in getting killed range, they're just gonna kill you. And unless the overlord sends like 100k troops, there's nobody who's gonna stop Aztec. Maybe they can make some deals with Aztecs. I mean, that's a potential, but
yeah, I think
Aztec doesn't need all of.
That's kind of what
he's going to be the deciding factor, though.
That's what I was concerned about when we were deciding on whether to seed Aztec or not, because you know if it's a good player, he can just like roll all of Americas and steal the game because it's a free game. But since we're giving colonial nations away, I think he's gonna have some competition at least. But he's definitely gonna just skyrocket and score and be able to do whatever he wants in here for now.
That's by the way, that's a very good point. Maybe we should take a look at score as well, just to see who's leading in score.
I already did.
I didn't, of course. Oh wait, it's
no
me!
idea.
Oh my god!
I was really proud of Manchu for taking number 2 after like last session. That's really good.
I think he has his victory card. Nobody else does, probably.
I think what's most important is number 10. That's just the key position, the decider of the game. Where are the victory cards again?
Yeah, he got his on China. I mean, I got mine on Bahman, so it's also kind of joke, kind of.
Yeah, yours was probably really easy. Ottomans has his in Syria, so he's getting that. Where is Aztec?
Aztec doesn't get one yet.
Oh, well, that's probably.
You're only gonna get it on potential rivals, so
yeah,
I'm not sure if you're ever gonna get them.
That's probably fair. England and France have it on each other, and knowing Octa, this is probably gonna, you know, what I said earlier is probably gonna happen because England and France have it on each other, and Octa's playing for score. So
yeah, Octa, that's one of the good things. Yeah, he's playing for score. He's not one of those who just hackbox all game.
Yeah. Dalmatia has his on Austria.
Rip.
I got mine on a really strong target. Yeah, that's just gonna be so hard to take over. Sweden didn't get one yet.
Yeah, Brandenburg probably also doesn't have enough def yet.
But
I mean, early games.
Oh, it's on Syria.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, early game they're not that important because the first ones, I mean, they tick up, which is nice, but the last ones are just so much, and like they're like 4k in one card. So
Malacca has his own AI too.
I wouldn't be too concerned about it yet.
I mean, if it's easy takings like Malacca on AI, I would definitely be going for that because why not get your name in that trophy room?
Yeah, and it's
when you
ticking
can.
up also. Yeah, and like once the card is finished, you get 1 point score for every month. That's not going away. So over time, that accumulates.
Yeah, so maybe don't kill your nation trying to get it from like a strong rival, but if you have yours on AI, I would definitely grab that. It doesn't look like the Africans have theirs yet.
Yeah.
And neither does Dai Viet. Oh, Dai Viet does. On AI as well, and Manchu has his. Yeah. So that about wraps it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting next session. I feel like Europe's gonna be interesting, France is gonna be interesting, and then
Well, we'll
And-
talk about that next week.